Well, good afternoon, folks. This is Granny with Granny and Grumpy's Homestead. And today is Thursday, and we're going to make our Diabetes Undone dish for today. And the name of our dish is Protein Packed Quinoa Salad. Now, it supposedly takes 5 minutes to get all the ingredients together, 20 minutes to cook, and then it makes 8 to 12 servings. At a half a cup apiece. But what I did, as usual, is I made 3 times the amount because I want some left over so that Grumpy and I can eat it tomorrow. He can have it for breakfast. I can have it for breakfast. I can have it for lunch, and he can have it for supper then. So, looks really good. I'll show you the picture. So we're going to hope it looks that good after I make it. Okay, so on the stove, we have started the quinoa. Now, when you make the quinoa, what it says to do on the package, and of course it also says here you can do this as well, you want to bring up to boil 2 cups of water or broth. And then you want to put in your quinoa. Now, I put it all in together, and let me start the stove real quick. Here is the choice that I made of vegetable broth. It's low sodium and it's organic. And then here is the organic white quinoa. I got white because that's kind of the way it's put it here. It doesn't say it can be either tricolored or white, but I prefer this. So I just don't like the one that's got all the different colors in it. I don't know. It just doesn't look right to me. That's not how I started out eating quinoa, was with all the colors. So, you know, sometimes we get a little bit stuck in our old age, don't we? Sorry, but I am just famished for water today. I didn't drink enough yesterday, so now I'm going to pay for it. Okay, the next thing, we want 3 cans of black beans. Now we got that. We want 1.5 cups times 3 would be 4.5 cups of sweet corn. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this in it. I'm not counting it out. Whatever it is, it is. So I have another one of those if it doesn't look right, but I didn't want to unthaw it unless this wasn't enough. So, all right, then we want 1.5 cups times 3, which would be 4.5 cups of tomatoes diced up. Now, what I chose was I want the grape tomatoes. I'm just going to cut them in half. And then 1 orange, yellow, or red. So I got 1 of each because we're 3 timing it. Bell peppers diced up. And then 5 green onions diced, which I got 15 of them. And then I have, it says 1/2 cup of fresh cilantro, which would be 1.5 cups. But what I did is the people who are in the class, there are some who they're not as keen on cilantro. So I got 1 pack of cilantro and 2 packs of parsley because everybody liked parsley. So we'll use that as our greens in salad. And then we want a dressing that's made out of 1 teaspoon ground cumin, which we have right here in our drawer. Let's see. Here's our ground cumin. 1 clove of garlic. I've got the garlic that's minced up in the refrigerator. I bought limes so I could make 3/4 of a cup of lime juice. These are pretty small limes, but there were smaller ones, so I just got the biggest ones I could. 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. We are not, it's optional to use chipotle chili powder. Chili powder is real caustic to your stomach and to your throat. And so it causes you to have indigestion. And we decided that we're not using that in any of our stuff. Okay, so, and we also wanted to put in that dressing some olive oil, which is right here. Okay, so let's get to cutting up first. We're going to cut up our limes. And once we get the limes all cut, then we will juice them. And once we get that done, then we'll make up the dressing first. We've got to let this cook a little bit. Oh, I'll tell you what, the smell of limes when they're cut open is just fabulous. Oh, they smell so good. They smell good without it open. But when it's open, it's like, whoa, a whole new world. Okay. All right, let's go ahead with this many and let's see if it's enough. Now, we are going to use, I was going to make a special K-loaf, but I think I might run out of time, and I'm a little bit afraid to leave that going. Okay, let me get my, wow, that's hard. Oh, there, finally. Okay, we're going to get our, okay. Well, okay. Put that down in there. And okay. I got a lot of wire moving over here. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. Oops. All right. Now, in truth, I actually prefer lemons to limes, but I love the smell of them. But we are going to go by the recipe. So there won't be any lemon in it. It'll just be lime. Now, when you open your cans of beans up, you want to make sure that you drain them really good, and then you got to rinse them. Okay, now let's measure and see if we got enough. Let me rinse my hands. Okay, and I'm going to real quick check on my quinoa because I'm smelling Okay, so it's time for us to turn this down on low. The quinoa is boiling, so we're going to put it on low. Okay, now let's measure and see if we've got 3/4 of a cup of lime juice. Well, we don't quite have 3/4. Well, we've got to keep going because it has to be, you know, it won't taste right if it doesn't have the right amount. So we'll cut a couple more up. We'll do 3. And hopefully that'll be enough. Because it's okay if it has a little extra. You just don't want it to be short any. Okay. Alright. That's one. Almost 2. Oops. Alright, 2. Alright, and a half. Okay. Now. Okay, we got a little bit more than we needed, and that's just right. All right, let's clean up our cup. All right. Okay. Whew, water. Okey-doke. Let's move this over, get it out of the way. All right, and we've got that. Let's just put that in there. All right, now we've got to cut up our tomatoes. So let's start with those. We've got a lot of tomatoes to cut up. We have to put these in a colander so we can rinse them real good. All right, let's get this. So we'll stick that there. In case we have any, we're going to put all our debris in these. And let's rinse. Okay. Now we've got our greens rinsing. Okay. Whew. Tell you what, this old grandma is tired. I've been working all day. Had to go to the store to pick up everything. Okay, let's get our bowl. This is the bowl we're going to use. I need to move that out of the way so I don't get it wet. All right. Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to speed all of this up, this cutting up, so y'all will get to see it in fast motion so it doesn't bore you to tears. Okay. Mm, 364, 304, 314, 306. I'm gonna real quick rinse my beans because I need a break. I've got to sit down for a few minutes, so let me go turn off the camera, and we'll be back with you in a few minutes. It's a jar. All right, let's put our lime juice in. Got a piece of parsley in there. All right, put this over here. Now we need a tablespoon of cumin. All right, 1 tablespoon of that. 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. So we'll just put a whole teaspoon in. And then we got to get the garlic. We've already put the lime juice in. So we want a whole teaspoon of garlic. Let's see. It doesn't tell you how long this kind of stuff can last. I don't really know. I'll put a little bit more than it says. You can never put enough garlic in anything. And then we're going to put salt. Let's see, I think the salt's over here. It says 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, but I'm not going to worry about it if it's a whole teaspoon. Okay. It's probably more like 3/4. All right. Now let's get out of here, fly. Okay. Let's put in quite a bit of olive oil. Okay. We probably put around 1/2 cup to 3/4. Just like lime juice, except there's more lime juice than there is olive oil in it. All right, now let's put that here. Let's bring our other container. Now see, here's where I have trouble. I have trouble because of being so short. I need to get, I'll put my stool here, but hopefully I don't fall. I would like to live in a house where I don't have to do things like this. Okay. All right. Let's stir this again. It smells okay. Okay. Right. Now what we're going to do, until our quinoa is cooled down, we're just going to mix it like this, and then we'll put the quinoa in a little while. But we want to get this all really good and mixed anyway. Oh, this looks beautiful. The colors are just, oh, amazing. Okay. All right. Let's wipe our hands off on my towel. That's why my towels look so gross. Okay. Okay, move that to the side. All right. This we can put here because we're not going to use it. Let's get our stuff put away. And we're going to go over here and look at our quinoa and see what's going on with it. We're actually going to put it here on the corner so that it can be under the, you know, I might just put it in this bowl. This bowl here. We need it to be where it can get cool faster. Now here's it cooked. We're going to dump it in here. And it's hot. Very hot. Okay. Let's just kind of smells good. Smells, quinoa has like an earthy smell to it. I think it smells good. I love it when you put like broccoli in it, cooked broccoli. At the last Seventh-day Adventist church that we went to, we helped in Raleigh. Give me just a second. Let me put this in water. That's better. At the last church we went to, before we came to Wilson Church, Wilson First was, it was in a place called Little Creek. And I need to find somewhere where this can cool this down fast. I'll put it right under here. Oh, yeah. Anyway, let me sit down. Hopefully you'll be able to see me because I'm whooped. I need to sit. Very tired. I'll tilt it down a little bit so you can see me. But it's only 3:39. Isn't that wonderful? Now hopefully you'll be able to see. see me, I hope. um, there. Whew. Oh, oh man, oh man. My lumbar region, number 4 and 5, the discs, they're the ones that bulge in my back. And after I stand for a real long time, I'm done. I gotta sit. It's that, or I'm gonna be in a hospital. Okay, so we while I'm waiting for this to cool down, I'll tell you a little bit about this. We went to a I don't really know what you called it. It was in downtown Raleigh. It was like a homeless shelter maybe for women. And the women's ministry, what it would do was it would go to that homeless shelter once a month. There was 3 other churches who were participating. And anyhow, we would go once a month, every quarter. So in other words, in a year's time, we would go 3 times a year. And it would be every 3 months, or no, we'd go 4 times. It would be every 3 months. We'd go 1 time that month because there was 3 months, and so there would be 12 different visitations. They had 12 different churches that were working on this. It wasn't just Seventh-day Adventists, but we wanted to help in some kind of way, and so we would go, and we would on our night. It was on a Wednesday always, and we would go and make a big dinner for these women who were homeless in this homeless shelter. And they could only stay there so many months. They had to aggressively be pursuing getting a job all the time. They didn't just let them just have a freeloading experience. They had to be actively pursuing getting a job, and they had to have a job by a certain time or they had to leave. And so women would come, they would bring their children with them if they had children or babies. They would bring those. And during the day, those children would have to stay in daycares. And so we would go that night, which was our night 4 times a year, and we would make this wonderful dinner. We would have it planned out and everything, and we had to serve like 100 and some people. And so we would go, and it would take all day to get it done, almost all day. And one of the things I remember that was made, it was the first time I'd ever heard of quinoa in my whole entire life, because you had to cook things that that they knew. But because we advocate a lot of health, instead of eating a lot, we did not serve meat with ours. And so we had to make sure we had plenty of things that had some protein in it and stuff. And quinoa has protein in it. And so does the beans. And so one of the ladies knew how to make this wonderful, wonderful quinoa dish. And what she did was she used better than bouillon, and it was the vegetable one. Now, it has a lot of table salt in it, which is not good salt. And so every time I ate it, it was like I would have a little bit of swelling going on in my feet. And I never have that happen. My hands would swell up a little bit. I never have that happen. The only time I ever have anything like a swelling is I have a ganglion cyst on each hand that will swell up if I eat too many tomatoes or potatoes or eggplants or peppers. And then that'll start to swell a little bit, but it goes away in a couple days. So she would make it with the quinoa, and she would put in broccoli that was just barely cooked, so it was not, really disgusting, slimy, kind of thing. And it still had some texture to it. It still had some, some form to it. It wasn't mush. And she would toss it in that with a little bit of olive oil. And oh my goodness, it was so good. But I can't make the dish because I can't put that better than bouillon, and it is part of what makes it taste the way it does. But this smells really good because, it's got, um, what is it called? It's here in my trash can. Vegetable broth, low sodium vegetable broth in it. And so it was cooked in vegetable broth. So it's probably going to make it taste similar to what she did. And I really don't remember the lady's name who made it. It had a humongous, something bigger than this, like 2 or 3 times the size of that bowl, that silver bowl, full of salad. And we always had just enough salad because it was heaped up. And I would bring, all different kinds of salad dressings that they could choose from. And we really enjoyed cooking for this group of women. They were very grateful, always told us thank you. We were able to eat if we wanted to. There was like 90 some women there. I think we had like 6 of us that were going. And so we got everything done and served their dinner for them. And they really, really liked it. We always had a nice dessert. Something that was not too sweet, because there are a lot of kids there, and you don't want to get them hyped up because they all have to stay in this huge room, and so you don't want the kids getting too wild before they go to bed. So, but anyway, hopefully this will cool down very, very shortly, and when it does, I'll be back to. Okay, so I think that the quinoa is plenty enough cooled down finally. It just seems a little bit on the warm side. It's not quite hot, but I might wait. I might just go ahead and just wait a little bit. I did make the Special K loaf. Y'all have seen me make it before, so I didn't didn't make a video out of it. We'll just let this get cooled down a little bit more, and we'll be back in just a little while. Well, as things would happen, Granny somehow did not turn her mic back on when she had made the cottage cheese loaf, the Special K loaf, and she failed to remember to turn on her mic. So you can't hear what I'm saying. And I don't remember everything because this is late at night. It's like 10 o'clock at night, and I'm trying to figure out what all did I talk about. I've gone through it a couple times and looked at it, but I'm really having a difficult time trying to remember everything I said then because I've had a lot happen since earlier in the afternoon hours. But as I poured the quinoa in, the quinoa was actually very, very delicious, the quinoa itself. And then when I poured it into the salad here and I started mixing it with my hands. Now, I have to tell you, I do a lot of mixing with my hands with different things because it's easier to turn things than using a spoon for me because of the arthritis that I suffer in the shoulders and in my elbows. So I just prefer to use my hands with a lot of things, just so long as it's not hot. So I got down. I was afraid I might fall because, I hadn't been able to get down, up and down, because my hands were so greasy. But I got them washed and got a tinfoil over the top. And I just wanted you to know that we're so grateful that y'all follow us, that we're glad that you enjoy the videos. We love the comments that we get. And if you like what you see, press the like button. Share the videos with a friend, family member, and make comments. We love comments. We've had, out of all the comments that we've had, we've only had 4 that we had to actually turn off. And but they were kind of rude and ugly. But we hope that you will continue to enjoy watching us. And we love you. But more importantly than us loving you, Jesus loves you. And so we hope you have a blessed and wonderful afternoon and a good night's rest tonight. And we'll see you tomorrow. We thank you, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.